Hey everyone, it's me, Arthur Kade, with the hilarious Colin Quinn, and you are now web-based because you've got this fun mockumentary Law and Order style show on the internet, cop show. You've got pretty much a who's who of comedy. You called in every favor, I heard you say.
Oh, I called them all into this.
Talk to me about putting this show together. It's a lot of fun.
Yeah, well, calling in favors is actually interesting because usually people say, hey, will you do my show? And I'm like, this, and you try to lie and find a way out of it. So now I know the way my mind thinks. So I always kind of cut off the ring before I ask somebody. The way you do it is you don't call them up and go, hey, I need a favor. You call them up for something else. It seems like it's going to be for them. And then while you got them there, you go, oh, yeah. And in town, at least you're out of town. They're like, oh, I'm in town for the next month. You go, hey, will you do my show? You don't say, are you in town? Because then they can lie. Comedians have gigs. They can always make up, oh, when? No, you make sure they said they were in town already. Then you hit them with it.
We're seeing so much great content move to the internet. What was it that inspired you to go to the internet yourself?
What inspired me was the rejections of all the other venues.
Everyone else said no, so you had to place yourself there.
Yeah, but I mean, it was meant to be. Even when I first wrote it, it seemed like an internet type thing. Something about it just felt like it should be on the internet. That's what it should be.
And as
but with the money of a network.
I mentioned earlier, it has this Law and Order feel to it.
Yeah.
Talk to me about putting that together and what drove you to that.
Well, what drove me to it, which is a good way of phrasing it, was Law and Order. That was never on Law and Order, so that always infuriated me on a lot of levels.
You're the only New Yorker.
It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. And, so then I was like, all right. And I was walking by the Law and Order steps, and I live downtown. I was like, it's the Law and Order steps. I should shoot something here about how I've never been on Law and Order. So that's how it started.
Last weekend was one of the coolest events ever, SNL 40, and you were part of that. Talk to me about seeing that cast over the years being put together, the skits, everything. It must have been a magical night for everyone involved.
For me, I really felt it was like a magical night. Like, I haven't been there in so long. And I was like, wow, we really brought up a lot of because for us it was like a reunion. It's not like, oh, look at the big stars here. It was more like, wow, I work here, look at this, oh, I can't believe it. It's like, I saw people I haven't seen in so many years. It was great.
One of your good friends who's going to be here tonight co-hosting with you, Jerry Seinfeld, has had success on the internet as well with comedians and cars. Did he give you any advice?
Jared, no. He's just, he always gives me advice. I mean, more creative help than advice, you know what I mean? Like, he was there from day one for this. I act like it's winning awards. I'm like, he was there from day one. Really? For the web pilot?
The Creative Coalition is here sponsoring one of the best organizations. Talk to me about having them behind you and just supporting an organization that's doing so much.
Creative Coalition is good. I mean, I go back to Billy Baldwin. William Baldwin was actually, Creative Coalition back in 2000. He was talking to me all about it, trying to get me down all the time. So it's been like a big part. It's a great thing, great New York thing. And I don't know if he's still involved. I don't know if this is a touchy subject. William Baldwin.
There's a lot of other big stars, so it's...
Yes, but he was the early guy that was just out there pushing it, so it's great.